What is good, y'all? My first ever challenge video. I am very excited to make this, and it also is going to be a little bit painful. So what is the challenge? You might have already seen it in the thumbnail, but essentially I am eating the amount of my weekly P&L in calories at the end of the week, right? So if my P&L is $8,000, I have to eat 8,000 calories in one singular day. And kind of the format of it is, because I'm not going to be eating, like if my P&L is over 5 figures, I'm not going to be eating 14,000 calories. So there are two rules. I mean, I guess one rule. But so if the weekly P&L is under 10K, then it's a free for all. Like I'm eating 10K calories if it is $10,000 on the dot. If it is above 5 figures, so within the 10K to 20K range, I need to divide it in half and I eat half those calories, right? So if my P&L is $12,000, I have to eat 6,000 calories. Now, if it's 20 to 30K, which would be a insane week for me, I'm kind of praying it happens, but I have to divide it by 3. So I have to divide it by 3, and those are really the only rules for the challenges, because I think I would explode if I ate well over 10,000 calories. So the format is, it is currently Sunday, and I'm just going to trade throughout the week normally. It's not really going to be like a vlog style. Like, it's generally just going to be value-based, showing all the trades I take throughout the week, explaining every single trade. I'll recap them once pretty much the Friday New York session is over. I'll show you guys executions. I'll show you guys my weekly calendar, and then we'll tally up the weekly P&L, and then come Saturday, I am going to eat all these calories. You guys will see me fucking, bro, I'm gonna have to drop like hundreds of dollars on DoorDash. And yeah, it's just gonna be I guess fun for you guys to watch. I mean, it's fun for me because I'm just hoping I have a good trading week. And yes, I do get to eat some good food, but at the same time, I'm going to feel like, literally, I'm gonna feel like shit. Like, the first meal is gonna be really good, and then after that, it's just gonna be force feeding myself. So I'm excited, my first ever challenge video. And secondly, if you guys want to see more challenge videos like this, where I'm kind of incorporating a little bit of fun into it, let me know in the comments if you guys have any ideas, because I've been really excited to make this video. So it's currently Sunday right now, like I said. Hopefully we can have a good trading week, and then come the end of the New York session on Friday, I'll do a recap showing all my executions, trades, tally up the profits, and kind of set the stage for how many calories I'm going to be eating come Sunday. I guess come Saturday. So with that being said, I guess I'll see you guys when we are getting to kind of the trade recaps of the week. We'll see how many calories I have to eat, and then after that we'll get to ordering the food and then the big mukbang. So I will see you guys in the next clip. Peace. All right, y'all, the week is now over. It is currently March 20th. Friday, the trading week is complete, and how many calories do I have to eat? Hint, it is over 5 figures, so we will be dividing that number by 2. So let's go on Top Step here. Last week, so we made $2,500 and $84 per account across 5 Top Step XFAs. So let's open up the calculator very quickly. Well, let me do this really quick. So we got 2584 times 5. Let's see what that number's looking like. Okay, so $12,920. Now let's divide that by 2. Okay, so I need to eat 6,460 calories in one sitting. And I'm gonna make it one sitting, because if it was like an outrageous number that's like coming up to, that's like damn near 10,000 calories, I would have to do it throughout the entire day. But for y'all's entertainment and just to see me literally struggle, bro, I don't think you guys understand. Bro, that is a lot of calories. That is like, I roughly eat 2,000 calories a day. That is 3,000 calories for me in one sitting. Here, I'm gonna bring you guys to the scale right now, and we'll do a weight check. Keep in mind, I did just have kava, but let's do a weight check. Okay, guys, do not clown me. I'm a literal twink. I'm skinny. Okay, we are currently weighing in at 153. Hold up. Okay, 153. You guys got that? 153.8. We're pretty lean. Let me flip the camera here. We're pretty lean right now. So So I'm gonna eat the calories on Sunday. I'm gonna eat them on Sunday. I mean, not Sunday. I'm gonna eat them on Saturday. But that is the P&L for the week. That is a weekly Top Step P&L. Now let me just kind of show you guys and break down every single trade I took this week. So obviously we got some value in this video. And then after that, we'll kind of work into Saturday and the entire DoorDash order and the entire meal. So with that being said, again, across my Top Step accounts, 5 accounts this week, as you can see right here, the 13th to the 22nd, $2,584. So with that being said, let's get into recapping the trades I took, why I took the trades, and yeah, pretty simple. This was actually a pretty high frequency week for me today. This week. I ended up taking 4 trades this week. So let's get into them and let me explain why I took them. Okay, so first execution on the week was Monday. I ended up taking a long on Monday that resulted in a break-even trade. Now I'm just gonna show you guys the execution here to show I'm not bullshitting you. And then secondly, I'm just going to move over to TradingView because it's a lot easier to chart on TradingView. So this was Monday's trade. I took it a little bit later in the session, around kind of 11. But yeah, we ended up taking a break-even trade on Monday. So now let me pull up TradingView and show you why I took it. Okay, so going into Monday, this is what market open was looking like. We were overall really bullish. And you guys might be saying, okay, why were you targeting previous day high? That was kind of a protected high in a sense. And let's just look at the kind of quick difference between Monday and last Friday, right? Like, what do you guys recognize, right? Last Friday, we are still kind of trading in this bearish hourly right here, and we have yet to kind of close through it and close above it. And also this pretty much hourly high, and that hourly high was kind of put into that hourly gap, whereas going into Monday, right, in my opinion, we have kind of traded through the only imbalance that would have held price lower, and that was kind of my condition on the day. If we would have traded through that with speed and volume, then I was open to targeting previous day high, right? So that was kind of the idea going into the day, and we also ended up opening lower on the week. And in my opinion, like, if we're overall bearish in higher time frames, which we are, I think it did make sense for price to sweep out, just like on the weekly kind of outlook, for price to sweep out kind of previous day high like this, and then to overall deliver lower on the week, right? So that is kind of that is what I wanted to see on Monday. I wanted longs or previous day high. And if you guys you guys are probably watching this at the end of the week, I think I'll post this maybe Sunday. But as you guys know, like, this week was full of anything but New York AM delivery. Like, we genuinely delivered in London session every single day this week. So it was definitely frustrating, and I'm glad I was actually able to navigate the markets pretty well this week. So let me get into the trade I took Monday. So again, looking at previous day highs to draw on liquidity, and going into the open, I wanted to see definitely some type of kind of deeper manipulation move to then deliver the previous day high. And let me try to recall, let me play out a few candles here. I don't think we ever got it. Yeah, we kind of did, but not necessarily. So right, we make that move lower off open, giving that I can never say manipulation, giving that manipulation move into pretty much this hourly and also that 15. And I was really looking just again for continuation longs. Once we pretty much just put that in, I wanted to see price close above here and then give a nice continuation up there, which we never really got. We never really followed through to previous day high with a lot of volume. And one thing I look for every single time when we have a pretty good move overnight, which was damn near every single day this week, is we need to maintain volume in the New York session. We need to maintain volume, right? So with that, if we're just looking at the lower time frames here, we never really necessarily maintained that volume we had pushed off open, right? So with that in mind, I still had a lot of conviction price would push to previous day high on this day. But let me show you what the 1 minute time frame looks for the next like 45 minutes, right? What do you see? We're just creating all of this low resistance, and I am not sitting here and I can genuinely not sit here with a straight face and tell you I have a lot of conviction taking a long within this area. And like, my stop loss is just simply not protected, right? My stop loss is a lump sum of low resistance lows that we are most likely going to sweep out before we deliver, right? So I was looking at this kind of lack of emphasis with delivery and kind of lack of volume with delivery, not making one kind of singular manipulation move like besides that one off the open. But again, right, my biggest thing I need to see is pretty much my stop loss needs to be protected. I need to have a lot of conviction that my stop loss is going to be the low we put in before delivering to the draw. Am I getting that conviction here? No, not necessarily, right? So I thought it would be a little bit of a later delivery. I still had a lot of conviction in previous day high, so I waited until we did end up putting in some type of kind of deeper move like this, and that is exactly what we got. I waited for price to manipulate deeper. We end up selling off. We get that manipulation I wanted. We resweep the 930 low we put in, and what do you see, right? My biggest thing and the reason why I was kind of really open to taking this type of flip play is, one, I will only take these kind of flip plays, quote unquote reversal plays, when we are already in bullish structure, right? You will never see me play. I mean, you'll never see me take these type of quote-unquote reversal plays when we are not in like that overall structure. But in this case scenario, we are already very clearly in bullish structure with a draw and liquidity higher, and in my opinion, it's just a higher time frame kind of continuation move, and I'm just banking on that is the last leg of manipulation, right? So the biggest thing I looked for was how aggressive we did react off this kind of 930 low. If we ended up closing below this low, I would have been sketched out, but the fact that we instantaneously flipped off this low with a good amount of volume led me to take long. So I entered my long position right here on this candle right here. Stop loss at this wick low. Again, my biggest thing is I need to have a lot of conviction that my stop loss is going to be the low we put in before delivering. So it was oh my gosh, it was a little bit of a bigger play going for 3R, but again, just whatever the fucking trade presents, I just trade to draw on liquidity, right? So I took this play, flipping off the 930 low there after kind of re-sweeping that low overall with a strong draw higher. I was just really hoping we would have the volume to muster up to previous day high, and my break-even point was this unmitigated 5-minute gap right here, because if price were to go up, reach that 5-minute and then reject it, I don't necessarily want to still be in that trade, in my opinion. If we reach this 5-minute, we should have flushed, and unfortunately I was just on the kind of wrong side of things today, or the wrong side of the trade. Our guess kind of just got a little bit unfortunate because we did end up going up, hitting the 5-minute there, so I mitigated stops to break even. We ended up wicking down to my break even point, and then we genuinely delivered. I literally think we delivered on like power hour at like 3:20 in the afternoon. So I got whipped out at break even here, and then we ended up delivering, let's see what time, bro. It was some ridiculous delivery. Bear with me here. This is how brutal of a hold it would have been. We never reswept that low, and then we generally delivered at like fucking 4 p.m. Let's just see here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, this is just not a trade I simply want to be holding. You know what I'm saying? Yo, wait, did we even deliver? Am I tripping? Alright, maybe we just didn't deliver. Maybe I'm just tripping. Okay, there it is, bro. We delivered at generally the market open. I mean, the market close. So regardless, that was the trade I took. Ended up getting break evened on it, but that was kind of the logic behind it. Draw was right, just the delivery was very clearly not there. It was not there. But with that being said, that was what my Monday looked like. Ended up getting a break-even trade, wanting to see previous day high. Overall, with the idea that we needed to re-sweep, or we needed to go up, sweep that if we did want to deliver lower on the week, which is what we did. But unfortunately could not get a clean move where I did not get stopped to break even. So that's Monday's trade. Now let's get into Tuesday, because I also took a trade on Tuesday. Okay, so this was Tuesday's trade. It was on the S&P 500. I traded ES on Tuesday. And again, I'm just gonna show executions on Top Step, so y'all know I'm not bullshitting, and then I'm just gonna pull up TradingView. So boom, Tuesday's execution, a short on ES. Now let's get into TradingView to go over it. So this is what Tuesday's market open was looking like on the S&P 500. We've already kind of swept out these highs going into market open, and ES was the leading index. And overall, we did have this draw on liquidity, and you might be looking at this saying, why the fuck would you short? Why would you short this? I'll get into it, right? So this is what ES is looking like, and let me just explain why I shorted, right? So boom, you're seeing this, and you see this high right here. I believe NQ... No, we ended up taking this high on the next Asia. We ended up taking that high in Asia, but there's a few main reasons why I shorted with this high being right here, right? And it was low-key the same logic on on the day prior, on Monday, why I wanted to wait for that kind of manipulation move and wanting to see a kind of deeper retracement before longing. Pretty much the same logic here, right? So let's just drop down to lower time frames a little bit. So firstly, what are you noticing, right? You're noticing price is very overextended and most likely needs a higher time frame retracement in order to deliver higher, right? So let's just pretty much play out the market open a little bit. Okay, I played a little bit too much there. But let's just play this out really quick, right? So what do you see off market open? Price is very much slowing down. And again, what do you notice between Monday and Tuesday, right? You see a very high lack of volume. You see, boom, we put in a very similar leg down off the open, the 930 wick. We pushed lower, manipulated, swept out some type of 15-minute gap, and then delivered higher, and then volume instantaneously died off, right? So what is kind of like this is the one key thing I look for is volume, right? If we are obviously failing to deliver higher, right? If we were to deliver to that high up there, we most likely would have done it off open there. The fact that we moved up, failed to push higher, and could not take that high with the New York open volume led me to believe that we were going to put in a higher time frame retracement to rebalance this range a little bit before delivering, right? So I saw a very similar move to Monday. We have that 930 move lower, and then volume died off, right? So whereas Monday I waited for essentially that move lower and then longed, I thought on Tuesday, right? And the reason why I traded ES because it was the more bearish index, and Q is more bullish, and that's just how I trade. I always trade the leading index, right? So I was kind of looking at Tuesday saying, okay, pretty much the same thought process. But if there's a very kind of obvious area that I believe price needs to rebalance to, then why not target that in itself, right? Like, yes, I mean, Monday I waited for price to make that move and then long out of it, and kind of today's logic was, okay, there's actually a pretty obvious spot I would like to see price rebalance to, and what was that area? It was this untapped hourly down here. It was this untapped hourly I wanted to see price hit. And essentially, again, my main confluence was price just volume dying off, and then essentially once I see a failure to push higher a multitude of times, I essentially just needed kind of this area to get ran through. And essentially, if we run through this with a lot of volume, in my opinion, there's no logical reason for price to run through this with displacement and then deliver higher, right? If we were to run through this area with displacement, I would have a lot of conviction that price runs lower to put in a higher time frame retracement before going higher, right? So that is what I was looking like. Failure to push higher, volume died off. Therefore, I just need kind of my last condition here to be invalidated in order for me to catch a short position. So with that in mind, let's get into the entry in itself. So what do you see? Exactly that, right? You see exactly that, exactly what I wanted to see price do, and validate this kind of last fucking defense, if you want to call it, because after we did that, essentially I'm not really seeing price, like I'm not seeing any reason for price to push higher before going lower from this point on. So essentially I just wanted to get caught in shorts here, and I'll show you kind of what the 5 minute looked like as well. But in my opinion, I am placing a pretty big bet that kind of these imbalances will hold as well. So after we kind of confirmed my draw on liquidity and confirmed that we were going to go lower, if I was able to get a wick up into these gaps right here and then deliver lower, then I was fully okay with taking that trade because we actually have kind of picked up volume. And again, I'm placing my bet that these imbalances will push price and hold price lower. So my break-even point was, okay, this 930 wick right there, and my entry was getting filled up on this little wick. Again, like when the draw, when the draw is already confirmed, I am okay with just getting a little bit of a better fill. In my opinion, that was really it. Just getting a little fill on a wick up into these gaps right here. Stops at this high, and again, was targeting the untapped hourly. They're expecting price to rebalance that range before delivering higher, and we end up hitting the break-even point. And again, I deadass just got stopped to break even. So unfortunate. We ended up actually delivering on this day as well. It was just a really slow, methodical delivery. Kind of unfortunate. Again, draws right on pretty much first 2 days of the week. The delivery was just very poor, and in my opinion, like, could I have held through this trade? Yes, but do I necessarily want to be holding a position where we wick kind of that in like that 930 wick like that once again? No, not necessarily. I didn't really see a reason for price to push higher if we did kind of run that 930 wick, and unfortunately we did, and then ended up delivering lower. So draw was right, again, just delivery was not there, and kind of also just a sneak peek on, or I guess just a look at what my 5-minute kind of entry looked like there. Again, the same thought process. If we run through this with speed and volume, we're most likely going to run lower. Unfortunately, we ended up kind of stalling there and then delivered a little bit later in the New York session. So that was Tuesday's trade, also break even. So we are net break even on the week, up probably like a whopping, yeah, like $2 with all those fees and or like fills or whatever. But again, so first 2 trades of the week, unfortunately break even, and then Wednesday, this is when I caught a very nice trade, and really the trade that granted myself a pretty solid week. So let's get into Wednesday's trade and why I took it. Okay, so Wednesday's trade was also on the S&P 500. I ended up shorting once again. Again, just showing you the execution here, showing it is real. One trade, one short, one pretty big W. So now let's open up TradingView and get into why I took the trade, yo. Why did I take the trade? Okay, so Wednesday's trade was most definitely the least complex trade I've ever taken in my entire life. It was a very simple trade. Not much brain and confluences went into this one. It was a very straightforward and simple entry, right? So essentially, it was literally just based off this hourly displacement candle. I was even considering taking this hourly close pre-market because this was the 8 a.m. Close, or I guess just it was the 9 a.m. close 30 minutes before market open, but I'm in Central Time. I'm in Dallas here. But essentially it was genuinely based off this hourly candle closure and nothing else. It was literally based on this hourly candle closure because, again, pretty much the same thought process as Tuesday, with the kind of ideology that if we run through this right here, there's essentially nothing stopping price from running these kind of low resistance lows, and ultimately I want to see price hit this draw later on in the week. So that was genuinely the only thought process on this trade. It was, I need to see this imbalance get fully disrespected. Therefore, if I'm able to get a decent RR on this trade here, and my stop loss is in a protected spot, then I'm going to enter it. I don't care necessarily when we deliver. And I literally made a TikTok on this, saying my prediction was we were going to deliver during FOMC at 2:30, and we did, and we literally did. I was in this trade for 5 hours. I was in this trade for 5 fucking hours. Like, let me just play out the hourly here. I was literally in this trade for 5 hours. We delivered at like the end of the day. But so let me get into the execution. Again, very straightforward, but I think we can all agree, right after we sweep out previous day high there, then we get an hourly candle closure with this type of volume and displacement. I think we can all agree we were most likely going to run these lows. And I was simply placing my bet that we were going to do it within the day. Like, it was damn near a fucking swing trade, bro. So obviously on this candle closure, I was not able to get a really proper R, and I was really just hoping to get a little bit of a kind of deeper retracement in order to enter, and that is essentially what I waited for. So going into the open, let me fast forward to market open here. This is 8:45, so let's get going. Yeah, so pretty much this is the first 15 minutes of market open. Essentially, again, everything was based off the higher time frames here. Everything was based off the hourly, and pretty much what I saw was we had this massive 15-minute imbalance right there, and I was simply just waiting for price to run up a little bit higher to hit this 15 off market open. I was pretty much just placing my bet that market open would manipulate a little higher, and then we would just deliver lower on the day. I was simply placing my bet that this is going to be the move of the day, right? So off market open, it was genuinely as simple as that. I waited for price to wick up into that 15. I just entered with one ES contract, and I literally just rocked my stop loss at this 1 hour body high. And I was also telling myself, right, even if we do have a slow delivery, what will this kind of hourly create? It will also create another massive hourly imbalance that will most likely hold price to push lower, right? So in my opinion, my stop loss was very protected. And again, I was just saying, if my draw liquidity is right, I'm gonna win this trade. We just need to deliver at some point during the day, and I did know we had FOMC a little bit later, so I was definitely taking into account that the New York AM might not be the overall smoothest delivery, and that is why I was more keen to holding this position for 5 fucking hours. Obviously, I would have loved to hit TP within 10, 15, 30 minutes, but this was the most brutal hold of my life. So that was simply my entry. Again, a very non-complicated entry there. I just waited for price to give a bit of a deeper pullback into this 15. I just entered pretty much off a little kind of rejection wick there. And then essentially, I was just playing the waiting game. I was just saying, if my draw is right, we're gonna deliver. And I was right, it just took 5 hours. So let me just kind of play out what this looked like. Also, I was going to mitigate stops to break even once we swept this low right here. That's just how I go about price. I mitigate my stops to break even once we hit the internal low. So this is what price looked like on this day. Boom. Stops to break even, and then this, bro, I thought I was chilling. Like this was at 10:30. I thought, oh, easy, bro. We'll deliver right after this. Wrong. So keep in mind, my entry point is up here, and just look at this brutal hold. Keep in mind, this was the 15-minute time frame, and we delivered at 3 p.m. We delivered at like 3 p.m. So the idea played out, ended up catching a good amount of points on ES. It was roughly, it was like 40 something points on ES. So this was really the only trade that gave me a big profit on the week. I made around 2.5K on this trade. Yeah, so I made around 2.5K on this trade, and that is the beauty of sizing heavy, right? Again, this was really the only trade I hit big on. Ideally, yes, if I would have capitalized, or if I would have hit those other 2 break-even trades early on in the week, it would have been a much bigger week, like 4K per account, something like that. But this is kind of like, this is the beauty of sizing relatively heavy and holding your trades at least a little bit, right? Because although I only caught 1 good trade this week, I still made 2.5K per account, right? So this was a trade I took on Wednesday. This was kind of the big banger of the week. Again, essentially just fully based off this hourly time frame candle closure, expecting price to kind of run this lower distance later on in the day, or just sometime throughout the day. And I was right. Never whipped me out of break even, thank God. And we hit for it was like a little over 2.4K per account. So this was my trade on Wednesday. And now let me get into the next day, being Thursday. Okay, so Thursday, I didn't quote unquote take any trades. I did take a trade, but it was just to catch a winning day across my accounts. It was literally just to getting a winning day. So I'm not really going to go depth into my winning day trade. It was like a 2-second scalp, just a kind of volume play off this candle closure there. That's low-key just how I go about winning days. It's just volume based. So I'm not going to go into this trade. It was a winning day. It was $150 across my 5 accounts. But just proof, of course, executions right there. I ended up kind of just pyramiding into my position right there so I could exit at that high. But yeah, winning day, $150 across my accounts. So I took a trade Monday, break even. I took a trade Tuesday, break even. I took a nice win Wednesday, and then I caught a $150 winning day across my accounts on Thursday. And then I took a trade today, Friday, as well, that also resulted in a break even. So let's get into that. Okay, this is the executions for Friday. As you see, boom, break even, some bullshit. Guys, look at this delivery. Like I gotta be getting trolled, right? What is this delivery, bro? But here you have it, executions for Friday. Now let me pull up TradingView and show you why I took this trade. Okay, so this is what the market open looked like kind of going into Friday, or at least what the 4-hour looked like. We are overall continuously maintaining bearish structure, and the overall kind of higher time frame move, or what I wanted to see happen, was take out this low. This was kind of the main idea going into the Friday. I was also bullish going into today, I'm not gonna lie. I'll show you why I was bullish. I'll show you what the open looked like. Where's 930? Okay, so this is what the 930 kind of open looked like right here. We did go down and very heavily reject previous day low, which led me to believe we might be bullish on the day. But I kind of had one main condition going into market open, and that was simply this hourly gap, right? We have this hourly imbalance right here, and that was the simple condition for the day. If we do end up displacing through this hourly with speed, I will most likely be open to targeting these stacked session highs right here. We have London high and Asia high, but if we continuously reject this area, then obviously it's very clear we are maintaining we're maintaining bearish structure, and we're probably going to head down and hit this main objective on the week, right? So going into open, I would say I had a pretty neutral bias, really just wanting to see what kind of the market provides. And I was also a little bit less aggressive going into the open because we had this rejection of previous day low, right? I have a pretty strict rule for myself. If we ever very aggressively reject some type of low in the markets or some type of drawn liquidity, and we very aggressively reject it, I will simply not trade back down to that objective that's already been swept out. I will simply wait until price closes below it, and then so we can firm to the next drawn liquidity, multiple drawn liquidity confirmation. So essentially that is what I was waiting for going into the day. Simply, do we close above here, run highs, or do we close below here and we run to that kind of weekly low? So that was the outlook going into the day. Now let's show you guys what the market open looked like. I mean, you guys probably remember it, but we ended up continuously maintaining bearish structure, and this is when I had the idea, and this is when kind of that drawn liquidity was confirmed for me, in my opinion. And also note, this was the 4-hour candle closure. This was the 4-hour candle closure right here, so that gave me even more conviction that we were going to run this low after that 4-hour closed. Again, hourly 4-hour, very strong candle closure below essentially my condition that was holding price back from delivering. Once we closed below that, especially on higher time frames, that gave me a lot of conviction that we were going to push lower and essentially take that drawn liquidity, right? So with that in mind, let's get into my entry and why I took it. It was, again, a pretty normal kind of continuation play there. It was based out of this 5-minute gap. Again, 4-hour closed, we continuously respected kind of bearish structure, respecting this 5-minute, and I took my entry based off this 1-minute candle closure right here. Boom. So the 1-minute close pretty low, and I don't necessarily love entering really like that close to the internal low. So if price were to have just ran and swept out the internal low without me, then I would have just stayed out of this position. But if we were to give a little bit of a wick up, then I would hop in that trade, and that is what we got. So we ended up getting a wick up after this candle closure. That's what I entered on, and I'm not gonna lie, it was sketchy for a minute here. If I'm being honest, it was sketchy. That is definitely a candle closure you do not want to see. But again, I was placing my bet that we would not resweep that high we put inside the 5-minute before delivering to that weekly low. So I took my entry based off this 5-minute reaction, 1-minute displacement, and the 4-hour candle closure below this kind of internal low right there. Again, it was a little bit sketchy after the entry there, but we did end up going lower and flushing my break-even point. Again, you guys know my system. I mitigate risk once we take the break-even point. So at this point, risk is mitigated, and I'm essentially just placing and hoping we just deliver to the drawn liquidity. And today, It was the polar opposite of that. It was a very rough delivery, to say the least. So ended up getting break even on this position as well. Unfortunate. And then, guys, like, I'm not even trolling you. Look at this delivery. It was like another 3 p.m. delivery. Like, peep this, guys. This is a 5-minute time frame, by the way. That is ridiculous. So again, just very poor delivery, and that is why I do put an emphasis on, I do like mitigating risk at kind of your internal structure there. More times than not, it will save you from a loss, and I like to say more times than not, we do reject that internal low or internal high for a reason, most likely to put a higher time frame or just a further manipulation move to then deliver, right? So it did save me from a loss here, and we could not end the week on a banger. But definitely a little bit of a higher frequency week for me. But again, I would have loved to, again, like those 3 break-even trades, my draw was right every single time. It's just the delivery was so poor. So it is what it is. I felt I was able to navigate this week pretty well. No losses taken. Ended up just catching 1 pretty big W. 3 break-even trades. That's low-key insane. And then I just caught a winning day across my accounts. Again, for that total P&L to be a little like 12.6K. Again, added up across my 5 accounts. So that is the recap of all the trades I took this week. There's your sauce for you. There's the volume. Now let's get back to the camera. All right, just wrapped up recording all the recaps for the trades this week. You guys got your value. You guys understood why I took all those trades. Now for the entertaining part, you guys have done your learning. Now you get to see me be an absolute fat ass. A fat ass. I am genuinely scared, bro. Like I preach, like I love being lean. Being lean's what I live for. I live for eating good food, and I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared. 6,000 calories in one sitting. I gotta try. I should have trained for this. I genuinely should have trained for this. So again, it is currently Friday. We just finished up the trading week. There you go. I showed you guys all my trades. Now I just need to mentally prepare for all the calories I'm about to eat. So again, I'm gonna do this challenge on Saturday. I'm gonna do the eating on Saturday. So I'm gonna enjoy my Friday night here. Try to have one last night of feeling like I can't even move out of my couch. But with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow when we are loading up the DoorDash order and ready to eat all of this food. I'll see you guys then. The day of gluttony has started. It is now 11:42 and the first DoorDash order just arrived. But let me show you the lineup of food that is going to be arriving today. I already tracked out every single calorie and everything that is arriving. So let me pull up my FitnessPal and give you a quick sneak peek on what is in line today. So firstly, we have 20 lemon pepper boneless wings from Buffalo Wild Wings. We have a triple smash burger from Dirty Burger. We have 1 cookies and cream insomnia cookie. We have 1 s'mores deluxe cookie from Insomnia. We have a half baked pint of Ben & Jerry's. We have a salt bagel with cream cheese. And that comes to a total of 6,500 calories. So, like I said, the first DoorDash order, broke my camera lock in. The first DoorDash order just arrived, and I kind of planned it out, and where like all the orders just come in as I'm finishing. So let's go get the first one right here. This is the bagel. There we have it. Okay, so let me get this and set it up, and we will start the absolute mukbang of 6,500 calories. All right. This looks like some gas, pretty good bagel. Just like kind of a local bagel shop here in Dallas. Oh, fuck. Okay, so we got a salt bagel. First meal, this is roughly a little over 500 calories, is a salt bagel with cheesy jalapeno bacon cheddar cream cheese. Let's get a cross section of this thing. there you have it. So with that being said, I am going to just prop up the camera and just get to eating and maybe talk a little bit about some random stuff. But I mean, I'll probably time lapse a lot of this just because I'm not going to just show you guys me eating food for 2 hours in a row. But let's get into the first bite. The first bite will always be the best bite. It'll just get worse and worse as time goes on. So with that being said, let's get into it. This is what she's looking like. Pretty gas. I don't know if I was right with the cheesy jalapeno cheddar cream cheese. Definitely a bit hefty, but let's see how it's hit. Let's see how it's hitting for. That's pretty damn good. That's a good fucking bagel. That's a good bagel. Bro, bro, this is gonna be, it's gonna get bad. Okay, so let me list what is coming after this. So I'm gonna eat this bagel, and within like 15 minutes, I have 20 boneless wings and mozzarella sticks coming from B-Dubs. And then after that, I have a triple smash burger on the way. And then after that, I have the insomnia cookies coming. And then after that, I'm gonna smoke a Ben & Jerry's pint. So that's kind of the order for today and how I'm gonna crush this food. But first meal, this shit's gas. Loaded with salt too. Toasted bagel, pretty good. Really good actually, wow. Really good. So I'm just gonna try to enjoy this, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit messy. There's so much cream cheese. Bro, this is ridiculous. Okay, so this is really good, but it's really hefty. So kind of like my strategy was, I'm not gonna try to get too much bread and just like that much bread, like maybe some protein and then sweets. I think protein and sweets is the way to go because sweets is a lot of calories and I just need some protein. So I don't know, but bro, this jalapeno cheddar cream cheese is really, really thick. I probably should have not gone with it, but it's good though. It's really good. Bro, I've always saw, and I'm a foodie, like I'm a really big foodie, and I've always watched these YouTubers be like Matt Stoney, just crush like 10K calories. And to myself, I thought like I could do that so easily. So now I'm kind of putting it to the test, right? Like this is pretty enjoyable, but I'm really gonna be put to the test. And I think after those 20 wings goes down right after this bagel, I think that's when it's gonna get hard. We have mozzarella sticks and a triple smash burger right after that. So we'll see, but let's get into this second bagel half right now. Really good. And for a time check, it is currently 11:49 in the morning. So we're starting early. It's 11:49 in the morning. It's low-key hot. It's hot. We got jalapenos in here. It's a little bit spicy. Bro, it's so cheesy. It's so cheesy. And I almost wanted just like a scallion cream cheese. But I thought, fuck it. Let's get the jalapeno cheddar bacon cream cheese. Jeez, bro. Done with the first meal. Done with the first order. I'm kind of sweating a little bit. And you guys would think I have really good preparation for this challenge and I would have not eaten a lot prior, the day prior, and I maybe would have just planned out my food a little bit better. But no, yesterday I genuinely ate a lot of food, and today, last night, I literally just scrolled DoorDash and just said, fuck it, that sounded good, and just added it to the order. So This is generally not planned out. I just added up 6,500 calories for one sitting and just went for it. So this is not planned at all, but it is what it is. So first meal done. Salt bagel, jalapeno cheddar bacon, cream cheese, fire. So with that being said, my next DoorDash order is probably going to be arriving in 10 minutes here. The 20 wings and mozzarella sticks. So when that comes, I'll get back on the camera and get back to eating. So I'll see you. After the first bagel is eaten, I'm feeling really good. This was my first meal of the day. Feeling great. I'm feeling great. But I truly believe after I house these 20 wings and mozzarella sticks, I think the triple cheeseburger is when I'm really going to start to struggle. And then after the triple smash burger, I have 2 insomnia cookies and a pint of Ben & Jerry's right after. So it's just gonna get harder and harder, bro. But the DoorDasher is like 5 minutes away for the wings. So it is currently 11:56. So he'll be here in like 5 minutes, and I'll let you guys know when he's here, show you guys our order, and get into the next meal. I feel like such a chud right now. Both of my DoorDashes are arriving at the same time. Bro, the front desk probably thinks I'm actually a fat fucking loser, bro. But whatever, the food is about to arrive. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be an issue. This is gonna be an issue. Oh, we just gotta get going. You guys do not understand. This is a lot of food. This is a lot of food. I'm just gonna get into it. So this is what the lineup is looking like right now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mozzarella sticks, 20 wings, and a triple smash burger. Yo. Alright, let's get into the mod sticks. Hopefully the mod sticks are gas. I mean, bro, there's no way they're not good, but looks gas. It's mid. It's low-key a mid mod stick, but I'm just gonna crush them. But this is meal number 2, and actually, Insomnia Cookies just opened. Okay. So Insomnia Cookies just opened. So I'm gonna order my cookies right now as well. But wow, this is a lot of food. This is actually terrifying. I'm generally terrified right now. But this looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna order the cookies right now as well. While we're doing this, Insomnia, the cookies are ordered. The Insomnia cookies are ordered. Now we just gotta lock in on all this food right now. Mod sticks are going down easy, but I think the 20 wings is what is going to really slow me down. That shit's gonna hurt me. That shit's definitely gonna hurt me. Alright, but Insomnia cookies will be here in 30 minutes. But this is fucking what you live for. This is what you live for, to be honest. I mean, being able to trade, just have a good trading week, and then DoorDash 6,000 calories in 1 hour to my crib. I mean, that's why we do it, right? That's why we do it, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm about pretty much just smoke these mod sticks. They're really good. Look at that, bang. Fire! Fire! Woo! But okay, mod sticks are cooked. Mod sticks are smoked. 7 down. So I'm gonna move on to the burger. I'm actually gonna do the burger second. This is not really like strategic, but the burger is just like such. Oh my gosh, it's actually slop. It's actually slop. It's actual literal shit slop. Just it's like goy slop sandwich. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get a bite of this thing. Bro, that was ridiculous. Bro, this was not the choice to go. I should have not gotten a triple smash burger. This is literal just so much shit on it. There's so much shit dripping everywhere. There's so much sauce. Alright, I'm gonna have to lock in and eat this. Give me like 10 minutes, I'm gonna have to lock in and eat. Okay, this is actually gonna be a lot more difficult than I thought. This shit is hefty, bro. Okay, so here, let me give you a quick calorie breakdown. So here's a quick calorie breakdown. What should I eat? So the bagel was roughly like 500, 600 calories because we had that hefty cheesy jalapeno. So that was 600 calories. These mott sticks, I think, were roughly around 600 as well. So that's around 1200. This burger right here is around 1,000 calories. So around 1,000 calorie burger. And then these 20 wings right here are around 2,500 calories. So after we get through this, we'll be around like a little over halfway through. So this burger is heavy though. Like, bro, look at this thing. Heavy burger. It's really not even the best burger I've ever had, to be honest. Like, I'm kind of getting full. It's gonna be harder than I thought. I'm really gonna have to lock in and just. I truly believe everything in life. I truly believe everything in life is a mental mindset, right? Like, if I mentally tell myself this is not a lot of food, and I just won't eat for like the next day after this, I'll be chilling. It's the same thing with trading. It's the same exact thing with trading. If you tell yourself you're a profitable trader, what are you most likely gonna do? Have profitable actions, right? Like, generally, it's like literally everything in life is a mindset thing. If you commit to one thing and tell yourself you can do it, you can do it. I can eat 6,000 calories in one sitting. Like, damn near 7,000, bro. With all this sauce, probably 7,000. Okay. Burger's done. Fuck me. Oh my god. Okay. Let me wash my hands. If we're ranking best order decisions, the burger's been the worst. This shit was just goy slop of sloppy meat, probably like fucking 60-40 ground beef, just like mayo, ketchup, sauce. Literal just shit. That mid-ass sandwich, mid-ass burger. But now we have these 20 wings. If you're wondering what I got 20 lemon pepper. And we only have one ranch. Alright, I'm just gonna get into it. Let's just get into it. Let's start cranking them out. Let me move my seat down so I fit in the frame, but I need some water. I need some water really badly. We need some water. Let's dig into the wings. So after I crush these wings, we'll be sitting at roughly. Let me just do some calculations. We'll be sitting at roughly. Okay. So the wings are around 2,700 calories. So that's 2,700. Smash burgers 1,000. That's 3,700. The mozzarella sticks, like 600. So that's like 4,100 or some shit, 4,200. The bagel is around 500. Okay, so we'll be sitting around 4,700 calories after I finish this. But you guys underestimate how many 20 wings is. This is a lot of food, bro. I'm not gonna start hitting the ranch early on. I'm gonna hit the ranch when I need it. Mid. Bro, they didn't even drench this shit in sauce. Like, at least make them fucking saucy, bro. Now give me some sauce on these bitches. Like, I'm going to really need ranch because this shit has no sauce. But it's whatever. Let's get into it. I need the ranch. I need more ranch. I don't know if I can get it down without the ranch. That's good. That's really good. Hey, how about this? I'm just gonna go one ranch dip per wing, and hopefully we can actually like space it out so it's perfect. Let's check out my insomnia cookies order. Bro, I'm feeling fucking fat right now. I feel like shit. I already feel like shit, and I haven't even got to the sweets yet. All right, my insomnia order is on the way. Let's go. Bro, my DoorDashers genuinely probably thought I was the fattest kid alive. Back-to-back orders, 20 wings, mozzarella sticks, and a triple cheeseburger. It's actually a joke. I'm double dipping the ranch. I don't give a fuck. This shit sucks. This shit sucks. I'm slowing down here, guys. I think we need to change the location. I think we need a location change. I'm really struggling right now. All right, quick location change. We are now out on my balcony right now. I just need some fresh air. But I definitely feel a lot better with this. So let me angle the camera down a little bit. Definitely feel a lot better. We're around like 1/4 done with the wings. So let's just keep cranking them. But we're gonna sit here and talk for a minute here. But we gotta go with the ranch. Bro, I'm actually so pissed they're not wet wings. Like, but while we're eating, might as well just give some trading tips, right? I mean, I already gave a lot of on charts knowledge there. But we can get into some kind of trading psychology while I'm just trying to power through this food. But generally, like, make your trading as simple as possible. Like that is one thing that really changed for me. Just making it as simple as humanly possible. And what do I mean by that? It's just pretty much eliminating all the possible factors outside. I mean, just like making all the pretty much factors that could contribute to you being break even or a losing trader. Just make it extremely simple, right? One trade a day, one system, and get off the charts after like 11:30 or like whenever your session is, right? Like it sounds so damn simple, but like you guys try to like overcomplicate the fuck out of trading, and at the end of the day, like you can make it so simple on yourself, and you're not just stressing balls that you're missing out on the next best strategy, you're missing out on the next best whatever it is, bro. Like stick to yourself and have trust in yourself, bro. Like half the battle of trading is like self-confidence. When you guys just doubt yourself because you see other people like just crushing it, and it's like, bro, like trust your system, trust yourself, and just make it like as simple as possible. Maybe this is not the time to give trading psychology. I just feel like a fat chud right now. Also, on that topic, like, bro, envision like the man you want to be in fucking 10 years, right? Like, I genuinely think about this. Like, obviously, I'm not portraying that right now. I'm eating 6,000 calories in like an hour. I'm not portraying that right now, but it's for a video. Like, I always think of who do I genuinely want to be in 5-10 years? Like, are the actions I'm doing today like aligning with the person I see myself in the future, right? Like, and that's when I thought when I was unprofitable. Like, that's how I thought when I was unprofitable, when I had no money whatsoever. I was like, all right, who do I really want to be? Do I really want to become someone of value, someone that can provide, someone that is just crushing life? And again, you just need to like think of how he would work, how your future, like how your future self would act, and then just try to replicate that, right? Like, is your future millionaire self getting high, drinking, eating junk food every single day, Probably not. He's probably locked the fuck in, just making sure he can do the best actions every single day, right? So like that's kind of just something I thought of. Just like literally think of who you want your future self to be and try to act like that guy. I'm slowing down here. I was really hot. I was really hot off the rip. I smoked the bagel. I smoked the mod sticks. I smoked the burger. But I'm slowing down. I'm slowing down here. This is gonna suck. I'm gonna feel like a chud for a week straight. A fat chud. Oh. Little chudlet. Little Jack Chudlet with a moon. With the face shape of a moon. I'm literally gonna be whatever, bro. Fuck me. Bro, this is bad. I'm halfway through and I'm really struggling right now. It's not even tasty. You know, I'm really glad. I think it was a really good call to do the burger first, because that burger was low-key nasty. That was not a good burger. It went from food tasting really good to really bad really quickly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of speed running this challenge. I'm speed running the challenge. I started this shit at what, like 11:40. I'm pretty much an hour in right now, and I have probably at least 4,000 calories down in like an hour. That's pretty damn good. Let's see where my insomnia cookies are. Bro, I've also dropped like over I've also dropped over 100 on DoorDash, like in just this alone. Whatever. So after I get these wings down, it's a pint of Ben & Jerry's ice cream and 2 cookies. And I think I got a Coke Zero as well. I think I got a Coke Zero. Guys, I'm out of ranch here. I'm out of ranch. I'm fucked. I'm literally fucked. I'm out of ranch. This is not good. Yo, peep the view though. Peep that view though. This is not good though. We're out of ranch. We keep thugging, but we keep thugging. Let's keep this boat rolling. I could have done so much better with my food selection. So much better. So much better. My only issue was I was not able to track everything, right? If I wanted like a really gas underground food spot, like I wouldn't be able to track those calories. So like I low-key did need to hit like joints that were like international, you know? But like I can't be seen after this. I can't be seen by a single human after this. I'm not leaving. Bro, the part that's gonna suck is the sweets, bro. The Ben & Jerry's and cookies, that is what is gonna blow my face, bro. Like at least we're getting some protein in here, but still. Well, it's gotta be like a world record. 6,700 calories in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's pretty damn good. Like this is all my food for the weekend. I hope you know, I'm not eating tomorrow, bro. This shit's ridiculous. Bro, God forbid, I got break even on 3 trades this week. This shit could have been a lot worse, Like I feel like I lucked out. I only hit 1 trade this week. I feel like I lucked out, bro. But that's why I'm doing it in 1 sitting, because I feel like bro, if it was like nearing 10K calories, then bro, like I would have to do the entire day. This water is really helping though, I'm not gonna lie. Let's check on the Asana on the cookies. Bro, I just want everything to be rolling. Like I don't want to be waiting. Bro, they're still prepping my order. Can we lock the fuck in? Bro, can someone tell me why a Coke Zero is $5 and a cookie's $4? What? Bro, these last 6 wings are an issue. I should have got more flavors. I got one flavor. This shit sucks. Bro, I'm going to forever ruin this flavor. I need more ranch so badly. It's getting really bad. I just gotta get past these wings. And once I get past these wings, I'm chilling. I don't know if I can do these wings. It was such a shit choice. Why did I get 20 of the same flavor with, bro, it's genuinely so bad. It's so bad. Holy fuck, the cookies are here. All right, I'll be right back. We're back in fucking business. This shit's so bad. Oh my God, I still have to eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's after this. Okay, so what do we got here? I think this is the Coke Zero. Oh, look at that. Yo, this shit's about to hit so hard. Oh, that's great. Okay, now peep the cookies. Now, okay guys, should I go? I don't know if I should go cookies or finish the wings first. Or maybe I go cookies and go a break from the wings, for sure. Bro, I'm speed running this challenge. I am going to smoke this challenge. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Yeah! Okay, we got a small one and a big one. This is the big one. Oh, look at it! That looks gas. All right, yo, we got to go ASMR mode for this one. Look at this. All right, I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this. That looks really good. That's some gas. That's some gas. Okay. Yeah, this is 100%. Well, those wings are so disgusting. I'm dreading going back to those wings. But we need to think on the bright side. We're going sweets, wings, and then back to sweets because I still have a pint of Ben & Jerry's after this. But this is really good. Wow. Sweets were definitely the move. It's not too much volume, and that shit's really good. Time for the behemoth. Oh my gosh. The behemoth. I think this is a s'mores cookie or a brownie batter. I don't know. But let's look at this. Holy shit. Oh my gosh, look at all that fudge. Are you guys seeing that? Look at all that fudge. Oh my gosh. This one might be an issue. All right, let's just dig into it. This is an issue. It's filled with fudge. It's fully filled with fudge. Oh my gosh. Talk about an issue. Talk about a literal problem. Wow, that is dense. That is dense. I'm just dreading going back to the wings right now. That's all that's on my mind. My stomach is really filling up though, quickly. Look at all that fudge. If this video doesn't do well, I'm gonna be so pissed. So pissed. I just reversed like 4 weeks of dieting. Last bite. Let's do a stomach reveal. Holy fuck. Guys, I need like a 5-minute break. I'm just gonna pause the video right here. All right, we took a 5-minute long IG Reel score break. I just gotta get past the wings and I'm good. I'm good. I have 5 wings to go, and after that, I'm chilling. I just need to not throw up with the wings. That's it. That's the entire, bro. Like, I kid you not, my life for the next month will be like 10 times better once I get past these wings and keep it down. But I need to do it first. So I came up with the method. We got the wings, and look what I found in my fridge. Since we have no ranch, I found this yogurt dill kava sauce. It has to be used because I cannot eat these wings dry, bro. Give it a go. Perfect. Perfect. Hella sauce. Alright. Let's dig in, baby. 5 wings to go for all the glory, because I know I can probably crush that Ben & Jerry's pint with somewhat ease, so. Alright, I gotta take 10 deep breaths. Alright, we just gotta rotate the water, Coke Zero. That's really the method. Oh, currently my camera is at 3%, so we might have to take a little 5-minute break again to charge it. So I'll be right back. Let me charge my camera. Alright, we're back. We had to re-migrate inside just because whenever I'm struggling, we just need to reposition. We need a repositioning. So we're back inside. We got a few wings left. And I just realized I just have to be a man and just dig deep. Is this look like the least appetizing thing in the world right now? Yeah, for sure. Am I gonna eat it? Yeah, right? Like, you guys can directly correlate this to your trading. Do you really want to stick to your rules? Probably not. You would love to gamble CPI. You would love to revenge trade your accounts. Are you gonna stay disciplined? Yes. And be a man? Yes. Dig deep, be a man. Dig deep, be a man. Worst choice of all time. I don't think I'll ever enjoy lemon pepper wings from B-Dubs ever again in my life. I think just the longer I procrastinate it, like, the worse it gets, because I'm just getting in my own head. Like, the longer I go. Bro, what the fuck am I doing with my life? It is a Saturday afternoon. I could be sitting out by the pool, catching a tan, shredded with abs right now, but I'm force feeding myself wings on a Saturday. I have all the freedom in the world to be doing whatever I want at this current time, but I'm doing this with my Saturday right now. This is worse than losing a trade. This is genuinely worse than copy blowing every single account I've ever owned in my life. Bro, like, I think I'd be like a happier human after blowing a $10,000 payout going for a winning day than eating these last 2 wings right now. Am I really gonna let this fucking chicken wing defeat me? This piece of literal shit ass dry wing defeat me? No. No. I figured it out. I just need water to wash it down. Holy fuck, that's the method. I now understand why hot dog contest people can eat 66 hot dogs in a row. Water. This is your savior right here. You need water to wash it down. But still, I feel like I'm about to explode. Keep in mind, I have an entire pint of Ben & Jerry's left. But 1 wing to go. 1 wing to go. This was my biggest issue, these wings. I genuinely never thought food would defeat me like this. I always thought I was a foodie. I always thought, which I am, but maybe not as big as the foodies I thought. Exist. I generally think I couldn't have finished that without water. I have half a wing to go. Half a wing to go. And my camera's at 3%, so I'm gonna pause it until I'm ready to go back for the half of the way. The final stretch. The final stretch. The camera's a bit charged up. We got the glorious water that will allow us to finish this last bite. My face already feels like it's just gained a mass of fucking 3 pounds. I feel like my face is a literal moon, but it is what it is. Let's get her over with. We started it here and we're gonna end it here. So I'm literally just gonna solely have water get this down. We did it. We fucking did it. The wings are done. The wings are done. Now we just have the Ben & Jerry's. Now we just have the Ben & Jerry's. So let's get that. And I don't think it'd be that bad. I just very heavily struggled with the wings. So we got American Dream, which is vanilla ice cream, fudge covered waffle cone pieces, and caramel, however the fuck you pronounce it, swirl. So let's just dig right into that and let's end off the video with me just absolutely housing this ice cream like a man. Finish the challenge like a beast. Like a beast! Like a beast! I really don't want to do this any longer. I just want to finish this and just not eat food for the next 24 hours. So let's dig right into it. I know it's gonna be good, bro. Sweets have never really been an issue for me. I can eat sweets very easily. But would you look at that big old pint of Ben & Jerry's? This one is 1,140 calories. So I'll probably just end up fucking time-lapping this and just me crushing this pint of ice cream. So let's get going. I hear hits. Oh, good. Good. See, I can get behind this. Well, I generally think I fucked up the entire challenge with the wings and burger. Like the burger was mid and the wings I got all one flavor. And they were like dry. They were like dry and one singular flavor. Not the way to go at all. Yo, what do I even do? I'm just gonna try water. I'd say we're at halfway through right now. We're almost there. I'm low-key crushing it. It's just so hard on my stomach, bro. So generally shout out to all those food eaters out there. I don't know how you guys do it. That's generally a skill. You should be making more money than you are. You should be getting paid way more than you do to eat food like this, bro. Joey Chestnut should be richer than Elon Musk. 100%. He deserves it. I'm never doing a challenge like this ever again. Never ever again am I doing a challenge like this. I mean, you guys are just watching me struggle. Like, there's zero enjoyment in this. I thought I would get semi-enjoyment from eating some good food. No. Not in the slightest. I'm just $150 less richer through DoorDash orders. And now I have to starve myself and do like 6 weeks worth of cardio to work all this off. It was a lose-lose situation. You guys, hopefully you guys are just enjoying me watching me suffer. All right, I'm gonna need a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. All right, let's get this shit finished. Literally, barely anything to go left. Easy, light work. Fuck you. We did it. We did it. Alright, let's do a weight check. So you guys remember yesterday, my weight was 153, right? Let's see. Let's see what we're weighing in at. My guess is 161. My guess is 161. Wow, just off 160. Okay, so we gained 7 pounds. 7 pounds. Now let's do a quick physique reveal. Yesterday, I was pretty diced. Today, we're not diced. Today, we are most definitely not diced. Oh, brother. Alright, well, that wraps up the eating. I am fried, I have 2 HP, and I don't feel like moving for the next 8 hours. So I'm gonna catch you guys tonight when I feel like talking with some energy. So there you have it. 6,600 calories consumed. We ate the trading profits, had to divide it by 2 because we made around 12.8K on the week. And yeah, there you have it. That was not enjoyable, but I'll see you guys to wrap up the video in like 3 hours. Peace. All right, it is the next day, feeling a little bit less bloated. But with that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this challenge. If you want to see me do any other thing of that nature, comment it and I'll think about doing it. But yeah, it was low-key fun. Fun recording. Definitely did not feel good when eating the food. But that is the video. So with that being said, if you guys want to join the free Discord and learn how I trade, that is the top link in the description. If you guys want accounts with Alpha Futures, code Jack will give you the biggest discount. And of course, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.